on second. I don't know's on third.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
You're listening to the Morning Mayhem Radio Show on Lakeland's Lake Effect Radio. Yes, Sam, we call the show the Morning Mayhem Radio Show nowadays. It's kind of crazy, actually.
I like to start my morning with some mayhem, so this is exactly what I need right now.
Well, that's just the way we roll around here, you know. First of all, welcome back to
Thank you.
Sam from Blue Radio. Blue Radio has been here before, and I hear you'll be here again next week, but we'll get into that later.
Woo!
So that'll be fun. First things first, I know we've talked you and I have talked in the past, but I'm going to pretend that we haven't, because it has been
a while.
At least 2 years, since I've seen you, if not more than that.
Something like that, yeah.
First of all, are you excited to see me again? I'm kidding. Don't answer that.
Remind you of your name?
Exactly. Billy Bob.
Billy Bob. That's what I thought so.
Yeah.
I'm going to call you Billy Bob every 5 seconds.
Yes. So, you guys have called yourselves Blue Radio for a number of years, and you told me at one point why you came up with the name Blue Radio. Why was that?
Because it had pretty much no meaning outside of blue and radio. I think it was my brother's idea. We were trying to come up with a name, and he came home one day and he said, I think I come up with a name, Blue Radio. And I was like, no, that sounds too serious. I don't like that. So I sat with it for a couple days, and eventually I just drew it out in these big puffy letters, and I was like, you know what? That looks pretty good. That doesn't look too serious. We just wanted something that didn't have a name that didn't sound melodramatic or anything.
Sure.
So came up with color, object, put them together, Blue Radio.
So, is blue like your favorite color? Or what are your guys' favorite colors? I mean, you're wearing a blue shirt today, but just out of curiosity.
Blue does have to be my favorite color. But,
okay. That had nothing to do with the decision you made.
Okay. Decision. No.
So, you said your brother's in the band with you.
Yes.
So, who else is in the band with you?
So, it's me, my brother, my friend Derek from high school, and our most recent addition is Christian on the drums. We met him through another one of our friends, Scott Drasdick, who's in Elbow Room right now.
Okay.
Another great band worth checking out. But yeah, we were connected with Christian through him. So right now we, Sam, George, Derek, and Christian is the band.
Nice. And how did you guys meet Derek? You said he was in high school, or
yeah, he and I were in high school together, in classes together. So we eventually got to talk about music, and he told me that he played guitar, and the time came when my brother and I were looking to form a band, because I've been writing songs since I was a young tot.
Nice.
A little tyke, I don't know what you want to call it, but since I was a kid, and eventually the time came to form a band, and Derek was there, and he's still here.
Nice.
But if you're listening, Derek, don't get comfortable, okay? You're on thin ice all the time.
Oh, well then. Those of you who are listening, if you want to ask questions of Sam from Blue Radio, you can go to lakeeffectradio.org/studio and plug in the Twitch chat and ask us questions as we're going here. So I would welcome any questions that anybody has. But who is your musical inspiration? Do you have any particular artists that you really like?
Well, when I started out, I was really into Interpol and The Strokes were my big influences early on. As I got more and more into playing guitar, I got into the band Dinosaur Jr.
Okay.
But more now, I've got my my influences. I like rock. I like alternative music, and nowadays when I'm writing, I'm really just more trying to push myself as an artist than I am trying to emulate any certain singer. I'm always trying to take my songwriting in new directions, and I'm placing that first priority over sounding like an artist.
Okay. So, what does playing music truly mean to you? That's a question I like to pose to anybody who comes on the show, music-wise.
Right. That's a big question. I think.
Or you want me to rephrase it?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's see how
Why? What makes you want to be in the music industry every day?
I feel compelled to. It's like how Captain Ahab goes after the white whale.
Yes.
In idle moments, I am always thinking about music. I'm always thinking about song ideas. It's something that I don't think I'm ever going to stop doing. So it's something that I'm just going to keep doing.
Cool. Would you like to play us something real quick?
I'll play you something real quick.
Let's see what we want to play here. What are we going to play, sir?
Well, let's see. So I could play you something on my guitar. We've also got a brand new single we just released.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah. I actually brought along a copy of it.
Okay.
If you just
Yeah, we can plug that in here
play
at some
that,
point.
or I could play a song on the guitar.
Why don't you do something on the guitar first, and
something
then
on
we'll
the
get
guitar
the
first.
CD out here in a little bit.
All right, cool. I'll just play something nice to warm up. This is a song that I've been playing for a super long time. Something we occasionally play at Blue Radio shows. It's called Labor Day.
All right.
Why can't I just tell a joke to have something to say? Nobody ever sings carols for Labor Day. I haven't worked hard for a week, so carry me out to the beach. Leave me with nothing to do and I can't take a break. How long it has been is too long. Have you gone half an inch to just swallow the sun? To say I felt nothing for you, I can't fake if we had a parade. I look for you and where you'd be too far to have anything to say. Lord, across the Esplanade, I'd gaze at you and nod. If they threw out candy, I'd give you what I didn't want. What I didn't want. The only thing that I have raised in the last several days is this pen. I wanted to try so hard, try to make the most of a spark, but you left me with nothing to do and I can't let you win. Oh, I know there's a sun on your side. It is burning hot, yellow and bright. The one down on me is so red, it's burning me up. So I cannot rest, and I can't wait if we had a parade. I look for you and where you'd be too far to have anything to say. Oh, across the Esplanade, I'd gaze at you and nod. If they threw out candy, I'd give you what I didn't want. What I didn't want. What I didn't want. And twinkling stars like distant hearts, I swear I didn't break today, and it's gone. Oh, I see your face through time and space. I lean back with a smile and then it's gone. Well, heaven knows I'm in repose. The things I don't enjoy until they're gone. To spend all my time in sweet recline. I'll be the first, make Labor Day last all year long. All year long. And I can't wait if we had a parade. I look for you and where you'd be too far to have anything to say. Across the Esplanade, I'd gaze at you and nod. If they threw out candy, I'd give you what I I didn't want, what I didn't want, what I did not want. Oh. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Morning Mayhem.
Oh, Morning Mayhem, yes. Morning Mayhem causing Morning Mayhem this morning.
Forgot your mic channel, huh?
I always forget my mic channel, but I also forgot your mic channel.
I know. I know. How about that? Huh.
There might be something going on with the submixer itself. I've got you maxed out and I can barely hear you. But at any rate, Sam, the first thing I wanted to talk about after the song, first of all, wonderful song. What was it? Is there any special meaning behind that Labor Day song?
I was on vacation at the time I wrote it. I wrote it when I was still in high school.
Okay.
And of course, it was about a girl I had a crush on. I say of course, but I feel like that's a pretty common thing to write songs about. But I also just thought Labor Day was a really cool song title. I didn't write it anywhere near the day of Labor Day, though. I wrote it in May. So I just thought it's a good song title, and I had something to write a song about, and I, had an idea for what I wanted to sound like. I was at the beach at the time, so it was definitely kind of a beach theme in some of the lyrics. And I've played it so much, though, that the meaning of the song is more the playing of the song at this point, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Sweet. I love it when I make sense.
What's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you on a tour, at a show, in general?
Oh, man. Okay. I feel like it probably would have been pretty recently, because we've been playing a lot recently.
Would you like me to give you some good thinking music?
Good think. Sure.
Why not?
Let's see. I gotta find. Oh, there it is.
Oh, God. Man, suddenly I feel like nothing crazy happens to me except when I'm on stage. I mean...
Well, it could be whatever. It could be on stage. I mean, that's
Okay.
more than fine.
I mean... Not too long ago, we were playing at Annabelle's, playing down in the basement. And...
It's okay if you don't have anything. We can move on to a different question if you like.
Trying not to, like, the crazy thing I do is like stand on the drum set. Like,
Oh, you stand on the drum set? There you go.
Wow.
That's the first person. You're the first person I've heard say they've stand on a drum set.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Well, let me say that louder. I stand on the drum set.
There you go.
Yeah.
With confidence?
With confidence.
With confidence.
I stand on it and I jump off. Oh, one time Derek got up on his amp and he jumped off and he unplugged his amp in the process and I think knocked it over too. So
Nice.
great job, Derek. Really,
Just
though,
like-
he makes the band, honestly, though.
Just like this.
I knew he was up to something over there.
Is
It was-
what is Derek standing on top of his amp and unplugging it.
So, what is your guys' creative process? Do you write all the songs? Do you guys collaborate on writing song lyrics? And then once you write the songs, I mean, who does what as far as everything else is concerned?
So, I write 99% of the lyrics.
Okay.
There have been a couple songs that George helped write. Mostly, like, if George helps write a song, like, it'll be his idea, and he and I will work on it, and then I'll typically do the music, or he'll have, like, a little idea for the music, and I'll work on the music more specifically, because I'm a meticulous composer. At least I like to think. But, so usually I'll come up with a song title. I'll just be working or not working or thinking or making a sandwich, and I'll have a song title come to me, and I'll think, I'll have to write a song with that title someday. And sometimes I'll sit with a title for, a month or a couple years, or like an hour or like 10 minutes, and then I'll get to writing. Like not too long ago, I had the idea for a song title. Thought just came to be like, "We Must Be Having Each Other's Dreams." That's a great title. It's really long, but it's a good title. And within like a couple of days, I had the song all written out, and that was one of the faster ones. So usually like faster ones in terms of going from idea to performing it on stage, but it goes
Yeah.
typically title, lyrics, music, and then I'll make a demo of the song, of all the parts of the song, and I'll show it to the band, and then we'll start learning from there. I'll show everybody the song, and then I'll write out all their parts in tabs or actual music, but I don't write a lot of actual music. That's usually the process.
Cool. So what about anything like collaboration? Do you guys work with other bands in writing music and all? I know you mentioned somebody from Elbow Room who we've actually
Yeah.
had here before.
Yeah.
We like them back, by the way. But anyway, how's that work? Do you guys just reach out to a band and say, hey, do you guys want to come play with us at Mahal's or something?
Usually, yeah. So we'll sometimes put a bill together ourselves. Other times we'll get invited to be on a bill. But when we're working with other bands, it's usually just to play on stage. I've never actually written a song with another member of another band. We worked with Scott to produce our newest song. But other than that, it's mostly just side by side doing our own thing in the same venue, and being friends afterwards or before
Yeah.
or
Right.
during.
So you mentioned venues. What kind of interaction do you guys do with fans? Do you guys do social media? Do you guys do any interaction like at a show?
I typically try to not interact with anybody ever. This is probably the most human interaction I've... No, kidding. We do...
You earned this.
That's actually our theme song now. I do the Facebook and Instagram for the band. Christian is in charge of the Twitter. Other things we do... Well, that's pretty much the extent of our social media. I try to post like once a week, if not more, on both Facebook and Instagram. I feel like I should probably be posting more though, so expect some posts later
Cool.
today. Yeah, but
Sounds
then
good.
at shows, we always like to talk between songs, not too much. We don't want to use up our precious time on stage not playing music, but we do like to talk. And before shows, we're out in the audience, probably having a beer or maybe another beer. So we're always available for people to come up and clap us on the shoulder and say, Sam, I really wish you would do better at interviews and not be so clunky with your speech. And I say, I just get in the moment and I forget everything that I've ever known.
Nah, you're doing well, man. You really are.
Yes. I really just like to fish for compliments.
But anyway, you also mentioned different gigs and stuff. You guys got anything coming up?
Coming up, actually tomorrow is Friday, so tomorrow we're playing over at the Foundry.
Nice.
It'll be our second time. We got a few tickets left, and the last time we played there was awesome, so we're stoked to go back. Lately, we've been playing a lot at Mahal's. We played at Annabelle's in Akron. Wilbert's up in downtown Cleveland. I'm trying to think of what other shows we've had lately. We've been playing a lot lately. I recently handed booking responsibilities over to Christian, and he's been doing a great job. So
Nice.
Christian, keep up the good work. We played over in Pennsylvania not too long ago in Butler at the Butler Arts Center, and that was a pretty cool show. It was just a good time to drive out there on a Sunday afternoon and stop at a winery because it was like the only thing open, and we totally had a great time.
And you guys are here next week.
And we're here next week, yeah.
Yeah, you guys will be downstairs in our acoustic performance on April 9th, right?
Yep. Yes.
So
I
Yeah.
keep-
yeah.
last time when we were here, I got the days mixed up when we came on the wrong day. So I'm really, really trying not to do that this time because I keep thinking, is it the 9th or the 11th? But it's the 9th.
It's the 9th.
the
If you
9th.
come on the 10th, it wouldn't be such a big deal. But if you came on the 11th, we will fire you. No, I'm just
All
kidding.
right,
We're not going to
cool.
fire you, but we won't have the equipment for you to play downstairs.
But since that post, tagging them posted yesterday, or was it yesterday?
Yesterday.
That should help.
Yeah. I don't think I'll forget this time.
So what
Well,
about,
really, I'm doing that for everyone. So
No, you're just doing such a nice thing for me, and I really appreciate that.
so what about selling music? Do you guys, where do you guys sell your music? Amazon or iTunes, live sales, TuneCore, or anything like that?
I don't think we're on TuneCore. We go through CD Baby mostly, and they put
Okay.
you on a ton of stuff. So we're on Spotify, YouTube, of course, Bandcamp, iTunes, Apple Music, I think Amazon, Google Play. So we're wherever you like to consume your music, we're there.
Nice.
Also, we do burn CDs, and I like to take a little pride in designing packaging on my paint.net or whatever. I'll make packages and I'll print them off and I'll wrap the CDs up in those, and so we do sell music at our shows. But other than that, it's pretty much just streaming online.
And what genre do you consider you guys to be?
That has always been a good question, and today is no different. I pretty much now just classify us as rock and roll.
Okay.
Man. Rock and roll, man. You got to say man or dude afterwards. It's rock and roll, dude. That's what we are,
Yeah.
and that's what we strive to be. And so far, I think we're doing a pretty good job.
Would you like to rock and roll and do another song?
I'll rock and roll and do another song.
All right. You want to play live, or you want to get the CD track out that you were talking about?
I'll do one more live. 'cause
Okay.
That song I mentioned, I feel like playing it now. I said I wrote a song recently called "We Must Be Having Each Other's Dreams."
Yes.
So I think I haven't played that one a whole lot, but since I mentioned it, I feel like I should put my money where my mouth is, or put my fingers where my mouth is.
your songwriting.
Put my songwriting where my mouth is. which
There you
is-
go.
This song is called "We Must Be Having Each Other's Dreams." It's at this point every time I realize what is going on. A room appears in the darkness. Your voice recedes in my mind. We must be having each other's dreams. How else could it be explained? The way we wake simultaneously every day, feeling the same. So I wish beyond rational sense to change the order of events. Turn all these moments to a cohesive meeting to make the feeling less fleeting. Picture the planets in orbit, all on the separate paths. Lonely they weave but converge ever briefly. Do you think they greet when they pass? I would wish beyond rational sense to change the order of events. Turn all these moments to a cohesive meeting to make the feeling less fleeting. But the fourth wall breaks, my alarm starts to sing from the ghost of a smile that said everything. And I keep my eyes closed, try to play it again. And I know you were there, 'cause you always come back. Turn out my lights and then lie awake. Must be like floating in space. I'm sure the stars being so far apart think the stars could be anything. We must be having each other's dreams. How else could it be explained? The way we wake simultaneously every day, feeling the same. So I wish beyond rational sense to change the order of events. Turn all these moments to a cohesive meeting, to make the feeling less fleeting, to make the feeling less fleeting. Oh, 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 make the feeling. Oh, 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 oh. Well, thank you.
Why, thank you.
My pleasure.
So again, you're listening to Lake Effect Radio here at lakeeffectradio.org/studio. Of course, you're also on Breakers, first and second floor. Still talking with Sam from Blue Radio. Sam, again, we thank you for coming out.
Glad to be here.
So, we've already talked about what genre you guys are, but how would you describe your music more specifically?
Almost changes from song to song. Definitely guitar driven, lyric driven. I like to think, unless I'm really a horrible songwriter and no one's like told me that yet. No,
Gotta love the no self-esteemer wanting to give himself credit.
no, but guitar rock, garage rock. I really like the beach. I like the ocean, and I like the way that I feel when I'm at the ocean. So I kind of try to bring a little bit of that sunny warmness to my songwriting. And a lot of times, I mean, that can't always show through in like lyrics or composition, but a lot of times when it comes to production and, you know, actually making the songs when we're mixing them together. Other than that, lyrically I find that a lot of times I write about space because I feel like it's great. There's tons of great lyrical metaphors in space.
You write about space. You mean like the space, the final frontier, or
Yeah,
space?
Space, the final frontier.
Okay.
Yes. Like I'm not literally trying to write about space, but there's a lot of great space imagery that I find myself using. Like in that last song, there was definitely a lot of space going on, even though it's not a song about space. The final frontier.
Yes.
That's what we're talking about. Space.
So where do you see yourself in the band in 1 to 3 years?
1 to 3 years. So we're trying to do like starting this summer because we're trying to book kind of far out. We're trying to be doing like 1 or 2 weekend runs a month. Maybe by this time next year we'll be doing like maybe even like a week a month, trying to get out, hit the road. We've been, you know, doing a lot more networking than we used to. Definitely making sure that is a priority for the band.
And how important is networking to you guys?
It's super important because if nobody knows you personally, I don't think it's hard to make anybody care about your music unless you get out there and make sure people know that it exists and that you exist and that you're willing to work together to do some cool stuff. Like when we went to Butler, you know, we stopped at the winery, and the person at the winery, we were talking about how we were, you know, not on tour because it was like a one single thing, but we were there for a show. We were from Ohio, and they ended up coming to the show. So I was like, you know, just making those personal connections with people, and making people want to help you just by virtue of you just how fun you are to be around.
That's right.
No.
So, sorry, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, which is why I try to have as little interaction as possible so that I can save all the fun interactions for when I really need them. Other than that, I pretty much just sit in my room and wrap myself up in blankets
Without your guitar?
without my guitar.
Without your guitar.
My guitar counts as a person, so
Okay.
interact with my guitar counts as a social interaction.
There you go. So are you guys signed yet?
No,
No?
no, I have never signed anything in my life.
Is that a goal for you guys to be signed in the next couple of years, or is it?
You know what? We haven't really talked about that much. I mean, I'm sure it's not a goal, but right now we're trying to focus more on. I say the short term, but I mean like the short term, like this year. And what we're trying to do now is really cement this foothold that we have kicked into the rock face that is the music world. So we're trying to just play around here a lot, put out music, share our music with our friends, with our enemies.
You know what they say, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Exactly.
So there you go.
Speaking of sharing music with my enemies, if you guys want to listen to some of my music, I'd love to. No, I'm kidding. Kidding.
Well, we've already listened to some of your music today,
You want to listen
sir.
to some more of my music?
So, well, you actually, you have no idea what you're doing, but you've actually
don't.
segued me 3 times in the last 20 minutes into different questions to ask. And I was actually going to plug your social media. We already talked
sweet.
about who runs the social media, but now I don't care about that. I want to know how I can get to your social media.
How you can get to my social media. So if you're on Facebook or Twitter, since we made those at the same time, it's at Blue Radio 14.
Okay. What's the significance behind the 14?
14 is the year that we put out our first EP.
Got it. Okay.
Year 14, not 2014. Don't get confused. The 14th year of existence. No, Blue Radio 14 for Facebook and Twitter. And then Instagram, since we made that one later, it's blue_radio. We also have a website, which I just made in the fall,
Nice.
which I kind of forgot to mention earlier, but it's blueradioband.com. I'm really, really proud of it. I made it on Wix, proudly made with Wix, and
I feel it.
yeah,
I went there too.
Blue
It's a
Radio
great-
Band, you said?
blueradioband.com. Yep.
BlueRadioBand.com. We're plugging it up here.
So
Nice.
that's
I can
the
tell
site.
this is a Wix website. Very nice. I got your CD baby up here.
Yep,
Nice.
Yep. Then I'm thinking about maybe trying to make that a Spotify one though, because I have a Spotify one on the music page of the website. It's a little bit under construction right now because I want to change some things about it. I want to refine the gallery page. I was working on the music page, but right now we've only got one upcoming show listed. But I think we've got that show, and then we've got another show in Kent.
And you have us next week too.
Yes. Yeah.
So-
One of those things one of the many things in a band that takes constant work and constant attention that I have forgotten about
Well,
in the last couple weeks.
A pro tip for you guys:
Happens.
the station
Love
has
pro
been
tips.
using Google Calendar lately on the station website to plan
Google
interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
You can embed that into your website and
Nice.
make it a little bit easier, maybe for you guys
Yeah.
to do than have to update this. Because this doesn't list. It says the dates, but it doesn't say the times unless you press tickets or RSVP.
Right.
So if you use a Google Calendar, you can just plug in the date, the time, the place.
Or just have everybody
Go-
RSVP. Everybody be sure to RSVP, okay?
Go to blueradioband.com/shows and RSVP to their show tomorrow at the Foundry.
We're also going to start doing our shows potluck style, so if you want to bring a dish, just
Well-
be mindful of people's allergies. I don't know.
Why do I get the feeling that was an April Fool's joke? Or are you actually being serious?
No, I'm not being serious.
Okay.
No, don't bring a dish. Don't bring a dish to any of our shows.
They're not going to let you bring your food in the
Yeah.
first place
They're going to make you order food there.
Yep.
Depending where you are.
because they lose money that way.
Yes. So, what was the first instrument you ever played?
First instrument I played, recorder in 4th grade.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay, recorder doesn't count in this scenario,
first instrument was the bells. I played percussion in band, started in 5th grade, and I started on the bells.
Nice.
So that was number one for me. And I played percussion all through high school. My favorite thing to play in percussion though was the bass drum. I definitely had a lot of fun standing up at the bass drum and bouncing up, and it was
Bass
that was
drums are
great.
fun.
It was dope. It was dope.
So here we're gonna get a little more in-depth question now.
All right,
This will be the last one before we play your track, if we can get that ready. How do you define success?
I define it as the bass drum. No,
I define it as the cowbell.
no, I think success is really a state of mind, you know. I think if I'm doing something that I like, and if I am building on that something, whether or not it is music, like just any area of my life, if I am doing something that makes other people happy and that makes me happy, and that I'm not hemorrhaging money, I consider that successful. Like, you know,
That's true.
got a job and got a direction, and I surround myself with people that I like, and in that way I am successful. And yeah,
Fair enough.
Well done.
thank you.
So we're gonna go ahead and get ready to play your track. Or do you want to play another on the guitar? Or do you want to play our track here?
Yeah, let's play my track. How about?
This is the one right here on the Blue Radio website.
No, it's
I'm not getting. Oh, CD2.
yeah, it's CD2. For
I
the
But-
try to be discreet.
It's
Sorry,
it's
we're
been a while since I've actually operated the CD player in here.
Me too.
So this is actually the first time with the new board that I've operated CD2. So this is a monumental occasion. We'll be back momentarily, kids.
We're going to build a wall around it.
Is it
in the meantime.
Is it the only track that's on there, Sam?
there's a second track, but ignore the second track.
This is track one. Okay.
Track.
Here we go.
Take me to the place where the pine trees sing. I think I could be your man. Take me to the place where the pine trees sing. I don't think you give a damn. Something in your eyes has been possessing me. I think I could take your hand. Listen to the serenade swaying trees. You should let me have this dance. Love will turn you inside out, turn you back around, and we can do it again. Shells wash up on the shore, waves will crash and flat, and they'll turn into sand. I don't think you know what you do to me. I don't think you know what you do to me. I don't think you know what you do to me. I want you to know what you do to me. Take me to the place where the pine trees sing. You know how to make it hurt. Take me to the place where the pine trees sing. I think it's time to get to work. Love, it isn't all the same. I wanna kiss you right on the tip of your nose. But it's kinda like a wheel. I can feel the storm from my ears to my toe. Oh, I said I don't think you know what you do to me. I don't think you know what you do to me. I don't think you know what you do to me. I want you to know what you do to me. I want you to know. Turn you inside out, turn you back around, and we can do it again. Shells wash up on the shore, the waves will crash and flat, and they'll turn into sand. Love, it isn't all the same. I wanna kiss you right on the tip of your
in Lyndhurst wants to buy your used sporting goods. Bring your gently used gear to Play It Again Sports and get paid. Play It Again Sports in Lyndhurst buys and sells both new and used sporting goods. Come check out their great selection of golf, baseball, snowboards, fitness equipment, and more. Don't forget to bring your used gear to trade in and trade up. Visit Play It Again Sports in Lyndhurst at 5455 Mayfield Road in Lyndhurst, Ohio, in the plaza with Buffalo Wild Wings. Come check out Play It Again Sports in Lyndhurst today.
Callan needed a car loan, and she turned to Cardinal Credit Union.
Well, I came to Cardinal and talked to Dietrich about getting a car loan, and he explained everything about the financing step by step, so I understood it.
Being a member of the credit union already, Callan knew that we offered the lowest rates possible.
What I like best about Cardinal is the money that I saved and the money that I'm going to save.
What she said.
For new or used auto loans, it's easy. Just call Cardinal at 440-266-2200. Stop in a branch or apply online at cardinalcu.com. Cardinal President Christine Blake.
Listening to your story, saving you money, anyone can join. Cardinal. People helping people.
Cardinal is open to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Lake Cuyahoga, Geauga, Ashtabula, Portage, Summit, Mahoning, Trumbull, or Columbiana counties. This institution is not federally insured. Deposits are insured by American Share Insurance up to $250,000 per account. Loans subject to credit approval. Cardinal Credit Union. People helping people.
And we're back on the Morning Mayhem radio show as Sam tries to make his guitar drop on the ground. And I'm going to also just send the microphone into the red because that's what I do. Jesse, if you're listening, we still haven't Tim-proofed these microphones. But anyway.
He knows.
So,
he knows.
Jeremiah, you were saying that you had a question that you wanted to ask Sam.
What's the most favorite thing in this line of work for you?
The favorite part... Okay, so it's either when you finish recording a song and you have a physical thing you can put in your CD player or like on your phone and hear all your hard work sounds and it sounds good. It's either that or when you do a show and it's great and you finish your show, you play that last chord and that's the sound of the like feedback and stuff. And you're tearing down and all your friends, or at least some of your friends, are like, yeah, and you're high-fiving, and that's
what if you don't have friends like me? No, I'm just kidding.
Then all your enemies who came there to watch you suffer and fail, who were hoping that you
will despise you a little more, and that
right,
then they'll
like,
have their pitchforks and torches.
But they'll still be making noise, man. They'll still be making noise.
Don't forget the tomatoes, pitchforks, tomatoes, and torches. So, as a follow-up question, because to the creative process that we were talking about earlier, how long does it take to create a song, make all the parts, and learn it?
If you just took it all and put it into like one lump of time, taking out all the breaks in between, probably like a week, but that's spread out over many months. Like there are songs that I wrote a couple of years ago that we're just now getting around to learning, just because stuff gets in the way, life gets in the way, man. No, but about a week.
Okay. About a week. Can you remember the first time you wrote a song? Describe it to me if you can.
Oh man.
If not, that's no big deal.
The very first time I wrote a song?
Yes.
Okay.
If you could.
I was about probably between 7 and 9 years old. And I wrote it on a sheet of like big like printer paper, and my handwriting was about, each letter was about that tall. About an inch, if you can't see how far apart I'm holding my fingers, about an inch tall. And I thought that the formula for writing songs was verse, chorus, and then the third verse was just the first two verses layered together. And I denoted like notes that are held out by just drawing a line after the word. I can't remember. It was like the title was like some kind of nonsense word, but I wrote it at my aunt's house.
Nice.
It was in Berea. So that's the first time I remember writing a song.
And what was that experience? I mean, I know you were 7 to 9 years old, but do you remember how you felt when that was finished? Was it a feeling of, I'm going to do this, I want to do this, or was it, oh look, I wrote a song, yippee?
Like, can't wait to sing this into the tape player later, bro. Except I don't think I knew the word bro back then. I mean, I knew it, but I didn't use it that much. I didn't really know how to use it, you know.
Definitely remember when tapes were a thing.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. 1999, 1995. I'm not going to ask you how old you are, so.
It's okay. I'll just tell you. I'm 23.
So we're older than he is.
I know.
How does this make you feel?
We'll blame Alex since he's walking past and was looking in the window.
I'm going to blame the DJ for 12 o'clock.
Oof.
Why?
I blame myself. I'm
the
sorry.
youngest one in here at the moment.
That's why we're blaming you, because you're the youngest.
Well, okay, scratch that. I'm the youngest one in the station right now.
Currently.
I'm not the youngest in the office because Haley's in there. And she's
Oh, okay. But at any rate, so I don't think we've asked you this, and this is probably gonna be the last question before we start to wrap up here. What's the biggest problem that either you or the band have had to overcome so far?
Honestly, the biggest problem is finding a drummer, and we have a drummer right now. So, yes, because in our time, we've gone through, I think, 6 drummers because
Wow.
Because it's just tough to find people who play drums. Of all the problems, that's the one that has been the biggest problem. So it's finding drummers and then finding an audience. But there are way more people in the world than there are drummers.
Yes,
so
I would agree with that.
I'm going with drummers.
All right, we appreciate you coming out today, sir.
Glad to be here.
You know, we're
here.
going to be wrapping up here in a second or two, unfortunately. Boo. No, just kidding.
It's Tim's fault.
It is my fault. Well, actually, it's Laura's fault.
Oh.
Not my fault.
It's 12 o'clock.
Okay.
It's your firing day.
Oh, yeah.
It is awesome, my firing day, but that's not the point. You guys are making my show run late, so it's your fault.
Oh, so it's my fault now,
Yeah.
apparently.
My
All right,
my
kids.
show was supposed to start exactly at 12 o'clock, and it's now 12:03.
But there is an artist in here.
True.
Which one of us is an artist?
You, sir.
Dang.
All right, thank you for coming out today, sir.
pleasure.
Much appreciated.
Wanna
We're gonna
give
go ahead and wrap up the Now Afternoon Mayhem radio show, and we will see you all next Thursday with the Holden University Center.
Woo. Yeah,
Connie
yeah.
will be on my show yet again. So we meet again, everybody.